Okay, you guys, hello, and welcome to the Ignite team Zoom, this wonderful, if you're in Michigan, snowy Monday night. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're super excited. We have a huge call for you tonight. You guys have a huge treat, so do not hop off this call too soon, okay? I've got some updates I want to go over with you guys and just a couple strategies and ways to kind of move your week forward all week long rather than just working at the end of the week. And then I've got Tammy Evans, who is a phenomenal leader. She just joined Emris not too long ago, just a couple weeks, and has done huge things. But not only that, she was a six-figure income earner with companies previously and has just done incredible things. She's got a huge momentum right now. Her team is doing outstanding things, and I am super excited that she was able to hop on. I know she's really busy. She's got stuff going with her kids tonight. So she said, I'll give them some tablet time so I can come on here and share some tips with everybody. So I am really, really excited to introduce you guys to her. I'm going to go over some just reminders and some fun tips and stuff first, and then I'll get Tammy on here in just a few minutes and we'll interview her. So first reminder I want to tell you guys is this is huge, you guys. This week is amazingly huge, right? It's the end of our bonus pool week. So that means not only the director bonus pool, but the customer bonus pool and also our very first VIP bonus, power bonus. So I want to break that down just a little bit, make sure you guys understand what that means exactly. I know that those of us that were lucky enough to be at Emris Live got to hear it firsthand, but basically the VIP power bonus means this. If you have between 250, so 250 and 499 in CV, so that can be your customers, I'm sorry, no, this is PCV, PCCV, so your customer volume. So it has to come from VIP customers, sorry. If you have between 250 and 499, you're gonna get an extra 10% bonus on this check, okay? If you have 500 or more in PCCV, you're going to get an extra 15%. So that means you're still getting your 10% in your regular weekly checks, right? But then this particular check, which we'll get 2 weeks from, just after Thursday, after we close out the week, 2 weeks after that, you're going to get that extra check with those extra bonuses. Okay, so that's huge. That means you guys can earn 25% on VIP customers now rather than just the 10%. So this is big. So you want to run for that this week. If you're not sure how to look that up, we can definitely let you know. There is a report that you guys can run in your team productivity to show you that. We are happy to get in there, change those dates for you, and show you exactly how to find that. But that is huge, so run for that. So don't let any time pass after you hop off this call tonight. We want to log in and we want to see where you're at for this week, because if you're anywhere close to there, you really want to push to get those numbers. So add that either that extra 10% or that extra 15%. Next is that we are currently in the qualification period for the Director Summit, which there were 2 people that were blessed to go down to the last Director Summit, and they were spoiled rotten. I mean, I know you guys have heard from both Steph and from Ashley about how amazing it was. We want all of you to be there. Like, this is going to be insane. It's going to be awesome. I know they're going to wine us and dine us just like they did at the very first one. It's going to be spectacular, and you want to be there. Don't be the person that's left out from this. I just missed that very first Director Summit, and I was so disappointed. It is not going to happen again. I am going director. I will absolutely be there. I just want to know how many people I'm taking with me. So throw in the chat if you're going to be there with us. I am super excited, super amped up, and I'm going to go over the details really quickly. So the qualification period is from October 31st to February 27th, and what you need to do is either go director for the first time and get 4 new personally enrolled brand ambassadors between those dates, October 31st and February 27th. Or if you already hit director, then you would need to promote one of your personally enrolled to director. You also need to get those 4 personally enrolled brand ambassadors. So the icing on the cake for this, you guys, is that if you have that done by December 26th, they're going to give you a $500 travel voucher, which is awesome. I mean, who doesn't want a free flight down there? Who doesn't want a free room when you're down there? So get it done by December 26th. So you've got to go director, get your 4 new brand ambassadors, get them qualified, and you are on your way to the Director Summit. And that is being held on March 20, I didn't write that down, 8th, I believe is the date. So it's that last Saturday in March. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, go ahead and throw it in the chat, you guys, but I'm pretty sure that's the date. So I'm super excited about that. I know you guys are too. I love this. Yes, yes, going director. Love it. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is skincare. You guys, it's here, it's happening, it's shipping, it's in our mailboxes. This is so exciting. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to try it. Do whatever you have to do. Get this order placed. If you've got to sell something on Facebook Marketplace, sell something. If you need to go get rid of stuff on Craigslist, do it. I mean, whatever you need to do. If you've got to borrow money from someone, get the skincare in your hands, you guys. This stuff is amazing. It is truly working for people already. The whole line is amazing. I haven't gotten my masks yet, so I haven't been able to use those yet, but I'm sure if there's people on here, they'll throw it in the chat. Today was Veterans Day, which God bless all of you, but I was really hoping my mask would come today. So I'm like, oh, no mail. But super excited to try that. So I have tried the trio. So I've tried the cleanser and exfoliator. It's absolutely amazing. You need literally the tiniest little pea size. And it just, I mean, it's awesome. It lathers right up. It's phenomenal. Love that. The eye serum is amazing. We had a couple of people here at my house last night that were trying it, and like instantaneously within minutes, they were like, my bags are like gone. So that has been incredible for people. My personal favorite right now is the vitamin C cream. It tingles just a little bit, like just a really good tingle when you first put it on. But your face, like Ashley was saying when we were at Emris Live, it like you just want to keep touching it. It feels like silk, you guys. It's like baby skin. It's, oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. So if you haven't gotten any, get it in your hands, get that trio. If you can't get the whole trio, whatever you need. So if you're trying, if you're trying to moisturize, if you're in cold Michigan or Nebraska and you've got dry winter skin, get that vitamin C cream and help start moisturizing. Make sure you're taking those before and after photos as well, you guys, because this stuff's gonna sell like hotcakes. It's gonna be crazy. Do make sure when you're taking those before and afters though, you guys, that you do submit those to compliance. We want to make sure that those are approved photos before you're posting them on social media. Okay. All right. So I just want to talk about some momentum, some things we can do every day to stick to a plan, to make sure that we're in constant conversation and to feel like we are doing things and moving forward with our business. So I just want to kind of tell you guys about how I work my business. And I know that Tammy's going to hop on here and talk to you guys too. And I know she's a super busy mom as well. So we kind of have the same style sometimes when it comes to some of this, but I have to work my business in blocks of time. So because I work a full-time job and then I go and coach cheer right after that, and then I come home to 3 amazing little kiddos, my business unfortunately I can't usually sit down and have a 2-hour window to just work this business. As much as I would love to, it just doesn't fit into my schedule. So I work it in like 10 to 15 minute blocks wherever I can fit it in. If that is before I go to work, if it's while I'm laying in bed after I just wake up, if it's on my lunch break, or if it's while I'm waiting for the girls to get ready and stretched at cheer, like whatever that looks like, I want you guys to know that as long as you fit it in, it doesn't matter where you fit it in or how you fit it in, just get it done. So what I try to do every single day is I kind of have a rule that I follow as far as who I contact. So I want to just give you guys some ideas and kind of throw these out there. So what I sit down at the beginning of usually a week, so I'll try to do like on a Sunday, I'll kind of go through and come up with my game plan so I know exactly who I'm reaching out to. And honestly, you guys, that's one huge thing off from your list. Just figuring out who you're going to talk to is a huge stress, and it's a huge stress, reliever and a huge weight off your shoulders. So write this down, you guys. So first, what I want you to do is write down 5 potential customers. Okay. The way that I figure that out is I go, who could use Synergy? Okay. So, and of course we know why people would want to use Synergy. Do they need to sleep better? Do they have, stress in their lives? Do they have, some sadness sometimes? Do they have trouble sleeping? Do they have joint pain or inflammation? Who could use Synergy is the first question I ask. Who could use Vitality? Okay. Same thing. Who could use Renew? So who do we know that's looking to maybe shed a few pounds? Who could use Eden? So who do we know that, really wants to take care of their skin? Who do we know that's maybe looking to kind of reverse some of those signs of aging? Next is who could use Pausable. So who has a pet that they absolutely love? So that's 5 people right there. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 products. Who could use each of those products? Okay, so that gave you your 5 potential customers. Next is 5 potential brand ambassadors. So what I would look at then is number 1, who could use the money? So who do you know needs more money? Whether that means they need extra money outside of their day job, or maybe that means they're a stay-at-home mom and they want to earn some money for themselves. Maybe that means they want to earn some money for a vacation. Whatever that means, who could use money? Next, who's an entrepreneur? So who's somebody that you just know kills it in this industry? And you know that they could be amazing at this. Next is who's a leader, who's a born leader. Maybe it's a coach, maybe it's a mom, maybe it's a principal, a teacher. So who's a leader in your life that you know? Next, who's a business owner? Who's somebody that could add this product line to their business and just up those sales just that much more, increase those sales. And then lastly, a friend. Who's somebody you want to do this with? So that's 5 potential brand ambassadors right there. And then next is 5 customers. So these are actual customers. So of course you may run out of these faster because you don't have, quite as many as all the possibilities in the world, because these are actual concrete customers that you have. But 5 customers, so I want you guys to go in and look back through your actual customer list of people who have ordered. So I don't want you to just go off from your memory of who's ordered, because it's possible that people slip through the cracks. Maybe you had somebody that was referred to you by a friend and you didn't get the email, or maybe you got the email and you forgot to write them down. So go back through your customer history and make sure that you're writing down each of these people. So that's what I do. And I literally in 10-minute blocks, I reach out to all of those people. So I might, I've got 5 potential customers, 5 brand ambassadors, 5 customers. What I try to do is I try to make sure that I'm getting through those as fast as possible and then making a new list. 5 potential customers, 5 potential brand ambassadors, and 5 customers. What that's doing is it's making sure that you're following up with your customers and keeping them happy. And it's also keeping you in constant conversation with new potential customers and brand ambassadors. Next, if you're feeling like, okay, that's great, Nikki, but that's my problem is I don't have people to talk to. I've run out of people. I can't think of anyone else. First, I don't believe you. That would be the first thing I say, because I do feel like there's always somebody that you can reach out to. If you're really doing it for the right reason, you're really thinking about who you can bless, who can be blessed by our products, or who can be blessed by some extra income. You really have to, you need to come from a place of heart, right? So number one, you've got to, like Ashley just said, you've got to dig deep. But what I would do and challenge you guys to do, and I actually did this myself to find some new leads, is go back in your conversations. So I would either go back in your Facebook messages or text messages or both and scroll back at least a year ago. Okay. So last November, and see who you had conversations with that you haven't talked to since then. I am not going to tell you to go in there and say, hey girl, did you see the new stuff I'm up to? It's absolutely amazing. You got to hop on board. What I am going to tell you is start up a conversation with them. It's likely that they've seen what you're doing, but get in a conversation with them. Let them know, hey, I saw you had a really fun summer. It looked like you spent a lot of time at the cottage. I've been missing you and just wanted to catch up. How have you been? And start opening those doors. So find 5 people that you can start conversations with. Get in those conversations, then make sure you're following those people on social. Go in there and interact with them, comment on their posts. Then after you've been doing that for maybe, 2 weeks or for a little while, and you have that conversation going back and forth, then bring up the opportunity, then bring up the products that we have that are amazing. So that's how I've gotten some of my new leads, is just going, okay, who can I, reinvest in? Like, who has life unfortunately taken me away from? And it's been a little while. And so I literally just go back through my conversations. And for me, when I first started doing this, I only had to go back about maybe 6 months. And I went back and I found all of these new people that I thought, like, what in the world? How have I not talked to these people? So get in conversations with them. The next thing you can do is you can actually go in and download your friends list on Facebook. And you can alphabetize the whole thing and then pick a letter of the day. So Monday, I'm going to start with A, Tuesday with B, Wednesday with C, and just decide how many people are you going to contact each day. So if you're on A's, are you going to contact 5 of those people? And again, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be salesy at the very beginning. Like, we're not trying to just cold message people or spam people. If it's somebody that you know that you're ready to have that conversation with them, by all means have it. But if you do feel like you're a little spammy, I know people will say that sometimes, I just don't want people to think that's all I'm messaging them for. Well, then don't. Be invested in their life and be invested in what's going on for their family, and start the conversation that way. You do want this to be genuine and organic. We definitely don't want Emris to be known as those people that are just out there, sending those kind of messages. So just get in there and have conversations with people and build those relationships. So those would be some of my tips that I wanted to give you guys. And then let's see, Ashley said Facebook memories too. Look at the people that liked or commented on your old post. Yep, for sure. That's awesome. And I know Tammy has some amazing tips that she is going to give you guys. So I'm going to have her hop on here in just a second. But I told you a little bit about her in the very beginning of this call. But you guys, this chick, she's incredible. She literally ranked to executive in 24 hours. She went 1 star in 3 days. She came from a company, her past company, she was a 6-figure income earner. She was at a very high level in that company, was doing amazing things, and saw the vision of Emris and said, I absolutely need to be on board with this. Like, I can't say no to this. I see where this company is going. They're doing huge things. It's a product area that I'm super invested in. And she said, you know what, enough's enough. I'm doing it. So I am super, super excited to introduce her, you guys. Her name is Tammy Evans. She has got some big goals this week too. She's pushing for 2-star and even past that. What I love about this woman and what she's going to talk to you guys a little bit about right now is she doesn't stop once she hits a goal. If she hits that goal, she works past it. She's ready for the next goal and she's on to the next goal. So Thursday means nothing to this woman. Her goal in front of her is what matters, and I absolutely love it. So Tammy, I will unmute you real quick here, or you can unmute yourself actually. I can't unmute you, sorry.
How about now?
Yay, I can hear you. Okay, I am super excited. I know they are excited. They have no idea what's in store for them. So you guys, we are gonna like literally cram you with so much information tonight. So I'm trying to feverishly talk through all of this so that we can get everything in, but make sure you've got your pens and your paper ready because she's got some good stuff for you guys. So what I'm going to do is just kind of ask you some questions and you just take it away once I ask those questions. Okay, Tammy?
Okay, I'm ready.
Cool. Okay, so my first question for you is I would like you to share what sort of a system you use on either a daily or a weekly basis and how you hold yourself accountable to doing that.
Okay, so the main thing is I'll share with you what I do, but what led to that. So in this business, one of the things that we talked about when I was up in Michigan is we each have to define and develop our own measure of success in this business. And that has to be your own personal measure of success based on your life, your goals, your situation, whatever it is, you have to establish that for yourself. Because once you establish that, then you could work within that and determine your own success. Success doesn't always mean an enrollment or volume or a promotion, things like that, because this business is all about consistency and doing the same things over and over. And with that, the enrollments will come, the volume, the promotions, all of that will follow. And so developing my measure of success, it took me about 3 years before I developed it because I was just like, hold on. Do you hear that? Like the ball getting, Kyler. I'm sorry, y'all. Kid, mom life, right? Hashtag mom life. So do y'all hear that? He's like throwing a ball against the wall. I am so sorry. So let me shut the door. I'm so sorry. Kyler James. All right. See, we're just going to keep it real here. Got it. Back to measure of success. It took me about 3 years and I was just working nonstop. Every day, day in, day out. I never felt like I was doing enough because the thing about a business like this is it could go with you anywhere at any time of the day. And so I felt like I was having to work all day long, but then I felt like I wasn't accomplishing anything. And so I developed my measure of success. So you all need to do it. And it's what are the actions that you can take every single day that if you get through these steps and you do these things, that you can put your head down at the pillow at night and say, okay, I was successful today. Maybe I didn't enroll someone. Maybe I didn't promote. Maybe the volume didn't go up, but I could control this and this is what I did. And so therefore I am successful and I can get up and do it again tomorrow. And so my measure of success, I call it the rule of 3. I took it from another mentor of mine and modified it to fit me. And I had just pulled it up, and of course now I don't see it. And I just edited it so that I could post it on the Team Ignite page today. So my rule of 3 is I wake up, I try to do this at least once every single day. When I'm pushing for promotions or it's just that season when there's a lot of momentum, like right now, you just feel that momentum starting, I will try to do it at least twice in a day. And the main thing is, so it's all three things. So the first thing is list 3 things that you're grateful for every single day. Some days I'm just grateful that I have caffeine and warm socks on my feet, right? Or for dry shampoo. Some days it's a stretch, but we're all grateful for something, and it puts you in that right frame of mind of having an attitude of gratitude. So 3 things I'm grateful for, and then I go and encourage 3 people. I try to keep them within the company. So I would find someone either on my team, someone like Nikki, a sideline, even Aspen, Matthew, anyone, just encourage 3 people. Send them a kind, like just a quick little 2-sentence something to encourage them. So you're starting your day off grateful for something, you're starting your day off encouraging someone, and right there it just gets you in a better mood. Then I contact 3 potential brand ambassadors, and there's all sorts of different ways that you have that potentials list going. So it's 3 new potential brand ambassadors, not 3 follow-ups. On Fridays, I do my follow-ups, and that's where I'll list those. And then I contact 3 VIP customer prospects. So they're right there, there's 6 new people being contacted, but it's intentional with either being a brand ambassador with opportunity or with products. And then I contact 3 personally enrolled brand ambassadors, 3 of my personally enrolled, just to check on them, see if they need anything. And it's not always just business, just to check on them with life, or, hey, I know you had this going on, you've been sick, how are you feeling? Is there anything I can do for you? Just little things like that. And then contact 3 personally enrolled VIP customers, just to check on them. Do you have any questions? Now, right now, obviously, I don't have as much going on under me as I had before. So when like right now, I have 3 personally enrolled VIP customers. I have 3. I'm not going to contact them every single day. So what I do right now is I do 3 more prospects in that area. So it's, if you don't have 3 personally enrolled brand ambassadors that you could contact. So let's see, 3 times 5 if you're doing it Monday through 5. So 15. If you don't have 15 personally enrolled brand ambassadors, then do some more prospects. And then I just make sure that I post 3 times, either to my stories on social media, and then read 5 pages or spend about 10 minutes doing a personal development thing. So that is my measure of success. Every single day, that is the bare minimum that I want to try to get done.
Awesome. I love that. So we talked a lot about this when Tammy was here in Michigan. So if you guys didn't catch that, your measure of success cannot have anything to do with how many customers you sign or how many brand ambassadors. It can't have to do with your volume, any of that. Okay. It has to do with what you can physically go do on a daily basis to say at the end of the day, I did everything I could. So that part of it is super important. You can't force people to join. You can't force people to order. What you can do is you can make yourself go out there and hold yourself accountable to doing those things. So that's been huge. That was a big aha moment for people when they were here in Michigan. And we talked a lot about that, because that is what makes you successful eventually. But like the work you're doing right now, you hear it all the time. The work you do now is going to pay off down the road. Maybe that's 60 days. Maybe that's 90 days. Maybe it's 6 months. But all of the work that you're putting in on a regular basis, yep, if you do enough of the right things, everything will happen to you. Okay, guys? So,
and that's just the minimum of what I do. So like I was saying, if there's a promotion season or momentum, like I double that, triple that. But this is the minimum that I'm going to do, especially on the days that I don't feel like it. That's when it's like the most important. It's not me.
Okay, there we go. It's not you. You're good. Okay, so that leads me right into my next question, which is, how do you stay focused on your goals and keep your team focused on your goals? So obviously we're talking about things that you do on a daily basis, but I know you've got some big goals that you guys are running after, not just you, but also your team. How do you stay focused on those, and what do you do differently to attain those goals and even surpass them?
I think it's really important to know, like, really have a solid why. I know we talk about it, and sometimes, y'all, when I first started in this industry, I was like, this is cheesy. Like, really? I'm not going to have my why. I want to be successful. I want to make money. You know, like, I was very broad with it. I think it's very, I know it's very important to narrow that down and keep asking yourself. I'm about to sneeze, y'all. I'm sorry. Real life. Sorry. break it down as far as you can until it's that thing that just makes it to where you want to get up in the morning, but not just yours. You've got to invest in your distributors or your brand ambassadors' whys. You want to know why they're doing it, what makes them go, because everyone is different. Some people are in it for the community. Some want the recognition. Some want the financial freedom. Some want the time freedom. And so you have to really hone in on that and know what your team's goals are and why they're doing this, so that when some of those hard days hit, because they're going to hit, in the hard seasons, like this business is cyclical. Like it is not always up, 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 up. Like you're gonna have the ups, the downs, and the all arounds. And you have to be prepared for that and have your solid, Blakely, I'm on this right now. Okay, can you ask someone else for some help? Yeah, I'll be done in just a second. Sorry, y'all.
Where is Cooper?
Y'all are in a different time zone than me, so it's just it's not bedtime yet. And so up and down and all around, knowing your why, got it, I'm back. Knowing your why, but knowing your downline's why as well as the people above you, because we are all connected and you play a role, whether you believe it or not. Every single person plays a role in at least 3 whys. So the person above you, your why, and then someone else below you, because your success helps them, your downline, because they can use you for your third-party credibility. Your upline success helps you establish credibility. And so all of our whys are connected, but they can't be superficial or very surface level. You've got to dig down deeper and know what that is. And that makes it a lot easier to get up and work on the days that you don't want to. The thing is, this business is easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. So it's one of those, like that rule of 3 can take me 30 minutes. I can knock it out in 30 minutes, but it's also easy to not sit there and do it. And so you have to have that self-discipline and just that understanding of, this is why I'm going to sit down and do this for 30 minutes today, because X, Y, Z, no matter what, this is easy to do. I'm not going to fall into the trap of it's also easy not to do. And that's really just kind of the mentality that I have.
Awesome. I love that. Let's talk a little bit about what encourages you or pushes you to hit your goals. So I know you are very much like some people in this and very much unlike some other people in this. So I want you to just share what it is that encourages you to push harder, to do more, to go farther. And that doesn't mean that her point of view is the same or different from anybody else's, you guys, but I just want you to kind of get some insight on how somebody that has been super successful in this industry, kind of how she sets the pace and the things that get her excited or helps her push.
All right, so wait, break it down a little bit more. What exactly do you want me to talk about?
What encourages you to push? What encourages you to push towards your goals? So I know personally, like this girl, she can sit there and laugh, but she will literally text me 3 times a day and be like, what's your volume goal? What do you need? Like, she is very much, her goals are not necessarily her personal goals. It is goals that will fulfill many other people's goals, I guess is what I'm getting at. So I know that that's where you heavily focus. So I want you to just talk a little bit about that.
Yes, and I'm going to put a disclaimer. So I was with my other company almost 8 years. The first 2 years, y'all, I was selfish. I did not, like, it was all about me and my goals and what I wanted, and I pushed and pushed and pushed, and I got there, and I didn't invest enough in other people that when that cycle came, like, it just all went bleh, and it was not a very fun experience because I was having to figure out how to redo it. So the next time, so I always call it like Tammy 1.0, 2.0, and then I guess this is Tammy 3.0. Tammy 2.0 was very involved in building community, getting around people, investing in others, knowing that it might take a little longer, longer than it did the first time I did it, but putting others first in this type of business and their goals and helping them get there and doing the right thing. Sometimes when it like, so let's just say here we have 2 legs, right? So you have your heavy leg and your strong, your whatever y'all call them, your left leg and your right leg, and or whatever we call them. I'm still learning the lingo. My left leg might be really weak, but say they're really strong. But say that someone came to me that knows someone over here, or just relationally and personality wise, it would make the most sense for them to be over here. Sometimes it's like that short-term sacrifice, and I'm like, okay, I really don't need you over here, but this is where I'm going to put you because it's the right thing to do. And take like the broad picture into play instead of like my short little laser focus. I'm not saying all the time, but that's just an example of the things that encourages me is knowing that I'm helping others and I'm doing the right thing by everyone as much as possible. So sometimes when you're looking down on your teams, it's really easy to get just focused on like your goal, right? What you're seeing. And to take a step back and see, okay, what is Nikki seeing right now? What does Nikki need? I know I'm a part of this. I know my team's a part of this. And we want to be able to say, we helped push Nikki to director. Like we came in hot and this is what happened. And it's just that, again, it gives everyone that credibility, Nikki credibility, us credibility, the company credibility. So when you take the focus off yourself, like it's so much more encouraging when you see so many other people winning around you. And then you're going to win. You're naturally and automatically going to be winning too. So, am I still on? Just that I logged in from another device.
Yep, you're
okay.
on.
Yeah,
Yep, and what I love about that, you guys, is she's pushing for her goals, which is helping her team push for theirs. I mean, all in all, it's helping everybody win. And so you'll hear me say that too as a leader. A lot of my girls will say like, how close are you? Or, they know when I'm running for goals. Don't let me fool you. I mean, they definitely know when I'm going for things. But I'm not usually the one to step up and say like, this is exactly what I need. But as leaders, I think we do need to know that sometimes. Like, what do the people on our team need from us in order to get inspired, in order to get really like encouraged and run after things? So I think that's important. Dig into your team and know like, what do they need from me as a leader? What do I need from them as a teammate or as a sideline or whatever it is? Just knowing that and knowing how people work, I mean, everybody's so different, and what might not inspire somebody could inspire somebody else in a huge way. So just kind of digging into your team and knowing what they need and what works for them, I think is really important.
And I think not being afraid to small ball it. And so like my team, and again, I'm coming in a whole different mindset this time because a lot of the people that are joining me we already have big visions. We've already been there. So it's not like, well, like we had a girl, and again, this isn't to minimize anything. I'm just kind of explaining how we get encouraged is we know where we're going. And so we'll celebrate the things along the way, but we're not going to stop and camp out there. So like I had a girl, Mandy, she joined me. She went executive in like 48 hours. I didn't even realize she went executive until I was talking with Matthew. He goes, well, she just promoted. I was like, oh yeah. But that's because that's not the goal. That's just like a stepping stone along the way. So we're going to be like, yay, we got there. But we're not going to camp out there and celebrate too much because we know that sometimes that celebration can halt the momentum because you're spending too much time on something that was not your end goal in the first place. And so we just kind of acknowledge it. We have a great time, but we're like, all right, cool, let's keep going. Does that make sense? Like we don't want to get stuck there. So this is where we're going. We have to hit these ranks along the way. And that just kind of will automatically play itself out.
Love it. That's literally my next question. So my next question is, why do you think it's so important to push past your goals? Not just hit that very first goal and stop there, but to push past it. So just dive into that a little bit deeper, but that's where you were headed. So
it's that whole self-fulfilling prophecy thing that can happen for you negatively and positively. So if you look at the chart and you're like, I want to be director, and then you finally get to director, if you never made your mind go past that, you are subconsciously going to just chill out there for however long because you reached your goal. So think about it like when you go to work out. So New Year's resolutions, people are like, I'm going to lose 15 pounds, okay? So they start going to the gym, they do everything, they lose their 15 pounds. Most of them don't lose 16 or 17 or 18 because they never thought past that. They didn't say, I want to lose 15 by this date, but my ultimate goal is to do this, this, and this. And so in your mind, you're going to stop where you've given yourself permission to stop. But the same thing with your team. And so if you bring someone on and you're like, your goal is executive, and that's what they want, like, I'm not saying that it's not okay to not have like these big audacious goals, But if their goal is executive and they come in and they hit executive and 3 months later, they're like in the witness protection program and you can't get a hold of them anymore and they're not working, it's because you didn't help them evolve past executive. Your job, like you can get them there, but you need to help them see beyond that. And so that's just one of those things is it's okay to be perfectly content and happy with director, but if you are bringing someone on that might want to be a VP and they only hear you like stopping at director, then your team's going to stall out at some point because you didn't help cast that vision to go further. And if you bring someone in that could have potentially gone further, they're going to cap out. They're going to hit that like ceiling, whether you intended to create it or not.
Awesome. I love that. Yep, the law of the lid, Sam says.
I don't even know what that means, but yes, the law of the lid.
Yeah, that's it. Somebody in here just said, any advice for an SBA only 3 days in? I think probably kind of, Samantha, we were just saying, coming up with that measurement of success. So what does success look like to you? Tammy shared her rule of 3. So that's what her measurement of success is. For me, like I said, it's those 5 potential customers, 5 potential brand ambassadors, and 5 actual customers. So I think it's just figuring out what works for you and then making sure that you do it. Like sticking to that rule, not deviating from that plan, always following through with that. And you really won't go wrong. I mean, you're going to have enough conversations going that you really can't go wrong. It's just about being in momentum, moving all the time. I think that is super, that's something that can motivate you for years and years and years. Like you can go really, really far with that goal or with those standards. And then the other thing is if you're just, I don't know, 3 days in, like, I don't know if that means you have gotten your kit or you haven't gotten your kit, but if you haven't gotten your kit, you're going to get something called the Legacy Blueprint in your kit. Follow the Legacy Blueprint. It's literally foolproof. Like if you've never done this before, that is something you want to follow. If you don't know what that is, you need to make sure you know what that is. So talk to your upline, talk to one of us. We can walk you through that, but that thing is like your Bible in this business. Sam just said Legacy Blueprint. Yeah, it literally, that is going to be what can literally launch your business. So the founders have been in this. They've built to 7-figure income earners. They know what they're doing. When they put that together, they didn't just put words on a piece of paper. They literally took everything they knew and they stuck it in there. So no kit, but I printed the blueprint and started it. Okay. And that's awesome. The one that you can print is amazing, but the actual book itself, believe it or not, even though it's the same words, to me, it's a little more organized, and I would still take that out of your kit when it gets here and go through and fill that out and have it with you all the time. But those things will get you started off on the right foot. Make sure you go through the training, of course. You're going to want to do that on our Ignite page. That's amazing training. And always reach out. So reach out to your upline, reach out to sidelines, reach out to anybody on the team. There's so many people on this team that really, really, really want to help. And so don't be afraid to reach out. That would be my next suggestion. So does anybody else have any questions that they want to chime in? If you want to unmute really quick, or if you want to throw them in the chat before we hop off. I'm so sorry we kept you a little bit late, but wanted to make sure we gave you lots of good info. This is a huge week, you guys. Again, don't forget, this is a huge week. You can earn up to 25% on your VIPs, you guys. Let's do this. Let's get in the customer bonus pool. Let's get in the director bonus pool. This can be a huge week. I want to see all of you reach those goals. Let's do it.
Yay, yes she is. Nikki is director.
What does that say? Can as is my online. I'm not sure what that means. I think that might have been a typo. Yes, you guys, I'm going director. It has to happen. Like, it has to happen. It's going to happen. No is not an option, you guys, this week. It's done, right? The numbers are already there. I see them. I envision them. Oh, you guys are so funny. I love it. The greatest thing about it, you guys, is I was literally writing out all of these game plans to 1-star and 2-star and director, and I have never had so many in my hands. You guys, like, my team is incredible, and I literally couldn't do anything that I'm doing without you guys. So my goal, yes, it's important to me, but you guys hitting these goals is way more important. Like, that to me, that's the lifeline of my business, and you guys are you are my everything. I love you guys. You know that. I am so inspired by the work that you guys are doing and how hard you guys are pushing, and it's just incredible. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for being on. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. If you guys have any other questions, definitely let us know. You can shoot us, you know, in our inbox or whatever. Oh, Danae is my upline. She's awesome. Yeah, Danae is incredible. She will not steer you wrong. She's amazing. And it's the great thing about Danae is she's a perfect example of a leader because she's so coachable. If Danae has questions, she does not hesitate to hop on. She'll ask Ashley, she'll ask me, she'll ask anybody that she knows has the right answer. So she's an incredible leader, and you'll be in great hands with her. So what's the 777 thing? Oh, you should have asked Matthew about it when you were with him. You know what? I might see, I've got a call coming up with him very soon in the near future. Maybe I'll see if he can share part of that story, but it's a number of completion is the one thing he'll tell you, but he has a really phenomenal story about sevens, and it's way better coming from him. So I'll let him, I don't do it justice, but it's an incredible story. So you definitely want to hear it from him for sure. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a fantastic Monday. Let's get to work. Let's get moving. Go figure out what's your measurement of success is. If you guys want to share it on the Ignite page, if we want to start a thread that just shares what your measurement of success is, I would love that, just so we can kind of see where everybody is, where you stand, and just call it out. Sometimes writing it down is what we need in order to make it happen. So I will go on there. I'll post a fun little image, and if you guys want to comment and just figure out what your measurement of success is, I think it would be fantastic for everybody to kind of call that out and just be able, we want to like Tammy said, we want to lay our heads down at night and feel like we did what we needed to do for our business. So that's my challenge to you guys, is go figure that out tonight, then run after your goals. Go sign some new customers, go sign some new brand ambassadors. If you didn't get that skincare, get your hands on it. I'm telling you right now, it'll change your business. So thank you guys so much for all of your time. I appreciate it. Love you guys. You're the best. And we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.